Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Mannado Sri Jagannada Madguru Sri Jagadguru Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Om Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tat Padam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. The only Guru of three religions, Traitateeram originator, sensational writer, author of more than 100 divine holy scriptures, Hindu virtue donor, Sri 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 Acharya Prabodhananda Yogeshwara. We are learning Sankhya Yogam chapter. Last week we came up to 57 slokas. So last week we came to know that Arjuna got some doubts when Lord Krishna said about Sthita Prajna. So he asked the questions like what kind of language he speaks, how he sits, and what he does. All those are the questions Arjuna asked to Lord Krishna. Then Lord Krishna started telling about how the one whose intellect is steady, whose intellect is steady. So he explained that the mind, whichever the matters brings, so those matters will completely stop for the one who is in the Brahma Yogam state, and in that state the mortal soul will be in the joyful state. And also the one who got the Brahma Yogam state, what happens? He won't bother in the sorrow. He won't be unhappy in the sorrow, and also he will not be happy even in the luxuries, and he will not have love, anger, fear, and he will be like a completely silent. He is called Muni. And also he said that whoever loses the friendship with great friendship with others, then he will attain the Brahma Yoga state, and his intellect is great, he said over there. So here we came to know that nobody can't be always with friendship with any person outside. It's not possible. Being 24 hours as a friend is not possible at all. Even if he is a very very best friend, even that is not possible at all. The matter was taught about the friendship of mind with other organs inside the body. So we analyzed that what are those organs. So mind is having relationship with 5 sensible organs and 5 actionable organs, those are 10, and it is also having relationship with the intellect and the chittam. Chitta means decider, which decides the action which is going to happen, that gives the orders to the mind, and mind makes the actions happen with the actionable organs. So that's what, whenever the mind is disassociated completely and it loses the relationship with these 12 organs, then automatically mind is not providing any matters to the intellect. When intellect is not receiving any matters from the mind, intellect will be stable completely, it won't do any task. Then we can say his intellect is completely steady, it's not doing any task. So that state is called Brahma Yogam state. So his state is called the higher intellect state, we can say. So then he is called really the Brahma Yogi. Let us know much more today. So what is 58th sloka is saying? Yada samharate chayam kurmongani va sarvashaha indriyan indriyartebhya tasya prajna pratishtita. This slokam is also talks about Brahma Yogam state. So he is telling one example about turtle. How the turtle contrasts all its organs into its shell, not moving anything. It doesn't make any move when it contrasts its hands and legs inside the shell, it doesn't make a move at all. In the same way, the person who is in the Brahma Yogam state, what happens? He doesn't do any task. He will be sitting completely. All the organs are not functioning at all. So his hands or legs, no movement at all. He will be completely stable, not making any movements. So in that state, what happens? So the mind won't work. Then mind does not provide any inputs to the intellect. Intellect doesn't make any thoughts. So then intellect also will be in the stable state here. Some people may say that while doing the task we can deviate our focus to some other subject. That is impossible. So whoever is doing the task, their focus will be always on the task itself, not on the other matters. So this one is told about the thing like Brahma Yogam state. When you attain a Brahma Yogam state, so there won't be any movements in your body at all. So that is called stable state. So let us see the 59th Slokam. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param društva nivartante. Param društva nivartate. Here he says, so whoever is doing the Brahma Yogam, what happens? So the food for organs is matters. Matters is the food for organs. So whenever the focus of mind is not on the matters, when he is trying to enter into the Brahma Yogam state, what happens? Still there are some wantings which are inside his head. So those matters, mind is able to bring those matters. When the mind is bringing those matters, still there is a possibility that the Brahma Yogam state can break there itself. So that is what. So that is possible, but you should not stop doing that. You should continue. You should be deterministic, and you should do until you achieve that. So if you continue it for some time, after some days or some years, what is going to happen? You will attain completely Brahma Yogam state. So then you will visualize the immortal soul. When you visualize the immortal soul, all those wantings, everything will go away. This one is like a diet kind of thing. We can say one example, like if a person visits a doctor says, so since you got this disease, so you have to take this medicine, along with that you have to follow this diet. So the patient, whoever is following the diet, the patient, whichever the dish he likes so much, he has to avoid that because of that diet. So even if he doesn't eat it, his focus will be on that dish itself and thinking that, oh, I am not able to eat it. So because his wantings are coming up and he is thinking about that. But after continuing for some time, what happens? He will forget about the his favorite dish and he doesn't even think about that. So in the similar way, when you are determined so much to get the Brahma Yogam state and you continue practicing it, what happens? Even the mind is bringing the matters in, from the inside the head itself. So those matters will completely nullify after some time. When you are going to achieve that, then you will reach to the Brahma Yogam state. When you reach to the Brahma Yogam state, you can visualize Atma. So that is what there is a problem. There is a deviation of mind happens even if you sit idle and even if you don't do any task from your actionable organs. But inside the head, the mind is always bringing the matters. when you visualize immortal soul, after that, so those things also will go away. Still, he is saying about how the person can go deviate from the get deviation from the Brahma Yogam state. Here, yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipachitaha indriyani pramadini haranti prasabham manaha. So, the one who is very deterministic to get into the Brahma Yogam state, the one who knows the wisdom how to do that one, how to get that one, even if he is deviated from that, uh, uh, even if he trying to do that, there is a chance that the organs uh, which will deviate his mind. When the mind is deviated, then he is deviated from the Brahma Yogam itself. Because the organs, the sensible organs, which are eye, nose, ear, tongue, skin, these will be always bringing the matters, and those matters are passed to the mind because they are in full capable of passing those matters to the mind. So mind is also receiving those matters. Then mind is not able to get the what is that? It's not going to get the complete focus. So when it's not able to get the complete focus, concentration, what happens? The one who is sitting and trying to practice Brahma Yogam state, what happens? These sensible organs work like enemies to him. So they don't make him to get into the Brahma Yogam state. We know that in mythology there is a king of goddesses, demigods king Indra. What he will be doing? The one who is doing penance, he wants to deviate that guy from the penance. So he will be sending fire uh, and rain, air against that the one who is doing the penance. So he is getting he is going to spoil that penance. So in the similar way, the sensible organs inside the body are made up with the nature. So they are made with the fire, air, water, and earth. So what they will do, what this nature does, the nature tries to spoil the yogi's concentration. So that's what it happens. But you should not go back from your path. So whatever you want to achieve, if you are enough deterministic on that, then if you continue practicing that, after some time you are going to achieve it completely, as he told in the above slokam that, so you are going to achieve the Brahma Yogam state. So when you visualize the immortal soul, so when you are fully determined to do that and practice it, then you can achieve the Brahma Yogam state. So here he is saying about the one who achieved Brahma Yogam state, how his intellect is going to be. Tani sarvani samyamya yuktasita matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratishtita. So he said in the above slokam that, so the organs which are going to spoil the one who is practicing the Brahma Yogam state. So when he conquers over the organs, what happens? So when he suppresses all his organs, sensible organs and actionable organs, and whoever focuses his mind on the immortal soul over here, and whoever is able to manage his organs, whoever able to control his organs, then his in state of intellect is great. That's what he is saying in this slokam. So when he is successful in stopping all the matters from the sensible organs passing to the mind, then mind is not going to send any information to buddhi, intellect. Intellect is not going to make any thoughts according to the uh, inputs. So when there is no input, when there is a zero input from mind, buddhi is not going to do anything, the intellect is not going to do anything over there. So that state is called the steady state, we can say steady state of the mind, we can say. Their mind is steady and intellect is also completely steady over there. Mind and intellect, they are not focusing on any matters outside worldly matters, because the sensible organs, even though they are providing the matters, mind is not receiving them. So when mind is not received, buddhi is also not received, and buddhi is also stable, mind is also stable over there. So the person who is not practicing Brahma Yogam, so he is called ordinary man. That ordinary man's state, let us know about ordinary man's state, how he is going to be, how, what is his state. Here he is saying in the 62nd Slokam, Dhyayat Dhyayat Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangaste Ghapajayate Sanga Sanjayate Kamaha Kamat Krodho Bhijayate. The one who is completely involved in the worldly related matters, what happens? So he is totally immersed in that. He is completely involved. His focus is on the matters, externally worldly related matters. Because of that, there is a wanting is coming out of him. So because of that, he is getting the anger emotion. So he will completely involve in the emotions. The sensible organs, eye, nose, ear, tongue, skin, they always provide the five externally related matters to the mind. Mind is completely focused on them. When it is passing that information to the intellect, intellect will make thoughts according to the emotions inside the head itself. When it is happening over there, then there is a wanting coming out of the desire. The desire is coming out of that emotional thoughts. So when desire comes out of the emotional thoughts, when the desire is not fulfilled for him, what happens? He is going to get angry emotion. That is what he is saying in this slokam. By getting that angry emotion, what is going to happen next? He is saying in the 63rd slokam, क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोह सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति. See, when his desire is not fulfilled, what is going to happen? He will be completely attached to that emotion, that angry emotion. He will completely attach to that. That is called sammoham. Sammoham means he is completely attached to that. He is deeply fall into that deeply. When he deeply falls into that, what happens? So there is a destruction of intellect happens, intelligence happens. His intelligence is not working at all. He loses complete intelligence over there. And he doesn't even think about himself where he is. That's what is total. Sammoham means that's what it's happening. He is completely involved. He falls deep into that. It's like a complete deep well. So once he falls, he cannot come outside like that. And then he does not memorize himself where he is, what he is doing. In that state, his intelligence doesn't even work. That's what he is saying. Buddhinasho. Buddhinasho means the intellect is gone. Intellect is not even making any thoughts over there. But there is the chittam. Chittam is there. Chittam anyway it decides what course of action needs to happen. It decides there itself. This guy will lose his rationality. Everything he loses. Then what he does? He moves forward and make an action, does a task. Out of that task, he is earning karma. That is what the one who is bind with the karma, who is who is in the bonds of karma. So he is going to earn the karma. That's what the ordinary person is always going to get karma every time from any task he is going to get the karma. If there is a yogi, he is not earning the karma at all. He doesn't even earn the karma. That's why he is telling about the yogi who doesn't get any karma in the 64th sloka. Raga dvesha viyuktaistu vishayan indriyaicharan atmavashyair vidheyatma prasadam adhigachyati. The one whoever loses his hatred, love, and he doesn't even attach it to the actionable organs, the matters of the organs, and whoever controls his mind, then he is going to get who is going to attain the Brahma Yogam state, and he is going to visualize immortal soul itself. Here Bhagavan said about love and hatred. There are 6 bad gunas, 6 good gunas. 6 bad gunas are desire, angry, miser, attachment, pride, and the hatred. These are the 6 bad gunas. With the 6 bad emotions, a creature is going to earn the sin. With the good emotions, what are the good emotions? They are donations or charity, kind or mercy, magnanimity, detachment, obedient, and the love. These are the good emotions. So in our wheel of dispositions, 3 dispositions are there, 3 divisions of dispositions: tamasa, rajasa, satvika. Each division of disposition is containing 12 emotions. Out of 12, 6 are good and 6 are bad. Whenever a creature is attached to any emotion, he is getting the karma based on the action he is doing. So he will be continuously getting the karma. There is no stoppage at all. So when these emotions are making the mortal soul to earn the karma, the one who goes beyond these emotions, he is going to reach the state of immortal soul. So he will merge with the immortal soul. When he is merging with the immortal soul, then he achieved the Brahma Yogam state. When he achieved the Brahma Yogam state, we can say he visualized Atma. When he visualized the immortal soul, we can say he controlled his mind there, and his intellect is stable over there, and his mind and intellect is completely stable, and they are completely fully focused on the immortal soul. So when he attains that state, what benefit he is going to get is in the 65th sloka. So what Lord Krishna is saying over here, let us see. Prasade sarva dukkanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhihi paryavatishtate. What he is saying here? whenever you visualize immortal soul, there is a danger to all kinds of the sorrows. All sorrows will go away completely, he is saying. And your intellect will reach to the completely steady state. And your mind is completely purified over there. So when there are matters coming from outside world, mind will be always busy receiving them and passing to the intellect will be thinking, and chittam will be deciding, and mind is completely busy making the actions from the organs of the body, actionable organs of the body. So when their function is completely stopped there itself, when mind is not receiving anything, buddhi, the intellect is completely stable, then he will not get any kind of sorrow. All sorrows are gone completely because he is visualizing immortal soul. That's what the uh, Brahma Yogam states greatness. So whoever attains Brahma Yogam state, that is a great state he is achieving. So his mind will be completely stable over there. He doesn't care any kind of sorrow. He doesn't care at all. So in front of the visualization of immortal soul, everything looks tiny, tiny things in front of the Brahma Yogi. Let us stop here. We'll do Mangala Prardhana and end the session. Om Mangalam Gurudevaya Mahaniya Prabodhatmane Sarvaloka Sharanyaya Sadhurupaya Mangalam. Prabodharpanam to everybody.